Hello everyone, my name is Debbie from Tarot 21, Tarot for the 21st Century, and I'm doing a series of videos that are going to share sort of short snippets of tarot wisdom and are perfect for those who are interested in learning tarot or understanding the rich symbology and the mysticism within the tarot. It's for those that just want to dig a little bit deeper and really understand the magic and the wisdom of the cards. So today we're going to start by looking at one of the four suits of the tarot, and we're going to be starting by looking at the Suit of Cups. That's one of my personal favourites. And in some later podcasts, I will go into the individual cards in more detail. But for now, the Suit of Cups is part of the 56 cards that make up the Minor Arcana. And like the other Minor Arcana cards, the Wands and the Pentacles and the Swords, the suit is made up of 10 numbered cards, ace through to 10. And it's also got 4 court cards, the Page, the Knight, the Queen and the King. Now, the Minor Arcana focuses mainly on our day-to-day, all the day-to-day events and situations, all the boring stuff that we have to do day in and day out. It's about the practical aspects of our life and our everyday relationships, if you like. But please remember, that does not make them any less important than the Major Arcana. The cups represent our emotions. It's about our relationships, and that can include our work and our business relationships too. It's about our friendships. It's around our feelings and our creativity. Cups are a feminine suit. They're associated with the feminine element of water. Now, just think about water for a moment. You can have that wonderful, gentle, bubbling stream that you walk beside on a summer's day, and that sound of that water just trickling away, it just eases away all your stresses and strains. Or you can have a huge destructive waterfall, or maybe even a wild river. Just think about the power and the destruction of a tsunami. Our range of emotions can run from pure bliss to complete misery and everything in between. And just like water ebbs and flows, so too do our emotions. Now, when the Suit of Cups pops up in a reading, we're focusing mainly on our feelings, our responses to things that are happening around us at that present time. It's about our intuition and our instincts, if you like. You know, those times when we know something, we don't know why we know it, but we just do. And also in a reading, we may be focusing on whether someone is happy or sad, feeling secure or insecure, comfortable or uncomfortable. Do you get the picture? If you think about it, when we are in a really good place, we feel good. And when we feel good, we know what we want. We have no doubts and we have the confidence to pursue whatever it is we want. Doubt, uncertainty, and a lack of confidence only creeps in when we don't feel good. Now, if you've got a lot of cups in a reading, probably 3, 4 or more, we know that the emotions are present, and that's quite a strong emotional reaction. If it's just one cup in a reading, it's unlikely that emotions are playing a big part for whoever you're reading for at that moment in time. Emotions are just not a big thing. Now, the personality traits of cups people are that they are gentle, nurturing and understanding. They're the sort of people you go to when you want a shoulder to cry on or when you want a bit of sympathy. And that's because cups people are really good listeners. They also value peace and calmness, and they can create that peace and calmness around them. They're the sort of people that are really quite happy on their own, spending the afternoon curled up somewhere snug and warm, maybe with a good book or listening to some music or both. Or they may even enjoy a walk outside, surrounded by nature, and almost always definitely by water. But there's always a negative side. There's always a positive and a negative. And the negative side, well, the negative personality traits that cups people are, they can be over emotional, slightest thing and they just burst into tears, or they can be completely detached and even unemotional. They might have a tendency to block their feelings and their emotions, to repress them or push them away. They may be unable to express themselves verbally or creatively. And cups people can be prone to excess. Anything that makes them feel good, they might do that to excess, things like comfort eating. So how do cups get along with the other suits? Well, cups and cups, oh, that's a really nice match. You know, both of them are patient, they're creative and romantic. Cups and wands, ooh, well, that's not so good. Cups find wands a bit too direct, and wands find cups a bit too dreamy, got a head in the clouds. Cups and pentacles, now that's another nice easy pairing because cups provide all that nurturing, whilst pentacles provide the stability and security. And finally, cups and swords. That's not so good. Swords, I love a good natter, whilst cups enjoys peace and quiet. So cups end up feeling pretty lonely, and swords, well, they just get bored with cups. So here's some quick additional snippets about the cups. Cups represent our feminine element. It's the feminine side, it's subtle, it's responsive, it's easygoing and flowing. Astrologically, they're associated with the water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They're associated with the season of summer, and that's because Cancer, the water sign, represents the start of summer. And from a timings perspective, they're a bit on the slow side. They don't do anything in a rush. So they represent time passing in months. So if you've got a timing question and you've got the 5 of Cups come up, you're looking at something taking around 5 months. There's some really good questions to ask cups are, what or who do I love? What am I dreaming about? How am I feeling? What do I desire? I hope that's given you a real good feel for the suit of cups. It's just a very general, quick overview. But always remember, cups represent everything from feeling really good to feeling really bad and everything in between. When interpreting the cards, when interpreting any cards, the meaning will depend on several things. It will depend on the question that's being asked, the position of the card in the spread. It's also relevant whether the card is upright or reversed. But more importantly, what is your intuition telling you? What do you see in the cards? Well, that's it for that quick run through. Join me for my next video when I'm going to do a pictorial run through of all the cards in the cup suit. So we're going to have a journey through the cups. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed it, but do remember that when you're doing tarot, tarot speaks to everybody uniquely and individually. So I wonder, what will it say to you? Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, stay safe and be happy.